If you post more than once a day on Instagram, people are going to end up unfollowing you. It's because they expect to see you only once a day or once every long time or every once in a while. If you show up in their feed several times a day, they get bored, so they are bound to leave you. This is for the people who are already interested in your content, already interested in your page and what you do on Instagram. But there are also people who followed you for a specific transaction that, if did not take place, they will end up unfollowing you anyway. Like people who are following you for dating. If you did not respond within 24 hours, or you clearly showed them that you are not interested in dating them, they will end up unfollowing you anyway. You will feel that like 50% of people who followed you the last 2 or 3 days left you and unfollowed you, and that was because of your bad content. Although it wasn't. 50% or 60% of those who follow you, they do that randomly because they want to date you, or they want to sell you something, and they are doing it in a spammy way. They chase a ton of people, and they want to show them their offer in a very spammy way, until some of them are bound to buy from them eventually. There are people who are there for forex trading, cryptocurrency, even any kind of investment. There are people who want to sell you their business offers or products or even services, and they are just salespeople. They followed you to discuss business with you. And when you show them that you are not willing to pay them anything to buy something from them, if you clearly made them understand that you are a lost cause, that you are not gonna buy from them anything, they will end up unfollowing you. So that's a whole bunch of other people who followed you the last 2 or 3 days, who ended up unfollowing you a few days later. This is not because your content is bad. You don't have to change your content strategy to prevent that from happening. This happens anyway on Instagram. People who are dating, people who are there for cryptocurrency management, or who want to sell you something, or they want to make you invest in cryptocurrency or forex. These are not a small number of people. These are like 60% of those who end up following you whenever you post. After every time you post, you are bound to lose followers because of that, because these people will definitely leave you 2 or 3 days later. Do not change what you want to say, or your content strategy, or what you do on Instagram to avoid that. Nevertheless, there are people who are from your fans, people who are really interested in what you do, who are going to unfollow you anyway if you showed up in their home feed several times a day. This is definitely going to happen. They are there not to be bombarded by you, even if you are very, very good at what you do. Your posts are amazing. Still, the fact that you showed up in their feed 4 times a day, for example, will make them cannot stand this occurring anymore. They will take action. They will definitely unfollow you. Even though they were fans, they were potential fans, they were very interested in what you do, they really liked you, they really wanted to stay, but you drove them away by the very fact of you showing up in their home feed several times a day. Even if every piece of content you made that day was epic, they don't care. It's because the same person showed up in their feed several times a day. Don't tell me that the quality of your posts is too great for them to unfollow you. They will unfollow you even if your posts are beyond amazing. They don't care. So keep that in mind and decrease the number of your posts. But how are you going to grow if you post less on Instagram? The only solution to this is to keep engaging heavily with people from your feed, from your home feed, and from big hashtags of your niche or your target audience, or what you generally do or talk about in your posts on Instagram. And this engagement should take place like every day until you're fatigued, until you can no longer engage. Keep commenting on posts until you can no longer do that. Every day. Even if you did not post for 3 days, there will be growth. And no one will unfollow you because you didn't post anything after the last post. You stayed for 3 or 4 days without posting anything new. How are you going to keep growing? When you engage, you show up in the comment section. And there are people who end up following not just the original author. The followers of the person who made that post will notice you because you show up in their posts every post or every day. So now they know you exist. At some point, they're going to ask themselves, who is this person? When they investigate, when they go to your page, they will determine whether or not they want to follow you. Notice that they came without you telling them to come. You did not invite them. You did not tell them, hey guys, please follow me. No, you did not tell them to come to you. They came to you willingly. So if they followed you, they are really interested in what you do. Mostly. So this is a very good way to not just increase the number of your followers, but get engaging followers. People who really care about you, that are going to stick around with you, that are at least going to like some of your posts at some point. Not just increasing the number of your followers, but getting people who will not engage. No, these will be real followers who are good for your engagement and for your reach. So this is one of the best ways. The most important thing is, I engage all day long. I'm not seeing any growth. Yes, because you post several times a day during that time when you do this. I want to explain this a little bit. If you post 3 times a day, and you still follow the $180 method of Gary Vee, and you still engage heavily every day, you will not grow on Instagram. Why? Because any number of people who will follow you will end up unfollowing you because you posted several times a day. But if you stay for 2 to 3 days without posting anything, but your last post is really amazing, like no one would come across that post without resisting following you. Like you're the go-to guy or girl, and when it comes to a certain topic, your post was really phenomenal, and you didn't post anything since that. Everybody who's going to go to your profile and who wants to comment, leave a comment on this post. After a long time, you will get like 10 times your normal number of comments on this post. If you post many times in a row, people would not necessarily comment on a certain post. They will comment on the last post only. But that last post was the last post for 6 hours only. You posted something else after that. But if this post remained the last post on your account for 4 days, for example, everyone who's going to visit your profile and wanted to comment on your last post will leave a comment on this same post. So it will collect a huge number of comments compared to your normal in 2 or 3 days. This will make the post look like even better than it already is, especially if you respond to every comment on this post. It will prove to people that even if you get 200 comments, you will respond to every one of them as elaborate as possible. So now people are going to trust you. And this post is good enough to attract people and convince them to follow your account. Now, since you did not post anything new during 2 to 3 days in a row, no one will end up unfollowing you because they didn't like your last post. You did not show up in their feed in the first place to make them come to the conclusion that, no, this person is becoming worse than they were before, I need to unfollow them. They will not end up hating you enough to unfollow you because you gave them no reason for that. You did not show up at all in their feeds. So no one who's already following you will come to the conclusion that they need to unfollow you now for several days because you stopped posting. So now your growth will not be countered by another wave of an unfollowing because you don't post. So your growth will be unopposed, and that is the problem. You gain followers, but you lose a lot of followers that are maybe equal or more than the number of followers you gained on Instagram. That is the problem. But if you do not end up losing any followers because you don't post, you will see dramatic growth in a very short time. You could reach at least 100 new followers a week, not a day, but a week, and that's good. In 10 days, you'll get like like 120. That's good. Be patient, but that is better than staying for 2 months at the same number, even though you gained like 340, but you've lost 360. That's so frustrating. You will always gain new followers as long as you comment on like 1,000 posts a day. If you comment on random 1,000 posts a day made by other people in the same field that you talk about, or your niche or your target audience, where people are very likely to not be against what you do on Instagram, people who are interested in what you do, similar type of content. It doesn't have to be your niche. I'll give you an example. You might comment on posts that are for fitness, but you will still gain followers even though your niche is cooking, because these people are not against you talking about cooking. They might be interested. So make sure that to diversify, you need people with various interests. People who are on Instagram for a certain niche only are very likely to unfollow you if you just stray a little bit from what they expect from you. They are here to buy hats from you. If you sell them t-shirts, they're gonna scream and run away. This isn't the type of fans that you want to attract and build over time. You want people who have a little bit of flexibility, enough to tolerate it when you diversify your content and talk about totally unrelated stuff. If the people that are your core fans or your main audience freak out whenever you talk about something new, that is a problem for you. And you will always be losing followers whenever you try to talk about something you really like and will benefit them just because they expect something in particular from you. Anything else that you're going to say, they're going to run away. They'll leave you immediately. So don't be afraid of talking about several stuff as long as your audience have been raised to expect that from you. You only get what you tolerate. If your audience from the start know that you do that and they are okay with this, they're not going to leave you when you practice posting totally different type of content, anytime you do that. But if your main audience are here from the type of people that they want you to sell hats only, you will regret that later on. So narrowing down your niche is a very bad strategy, even if it leads to faster growth, because it will make you stuck within a certain type of content that you have to produce always, or else people will end up unfollowing you. People would leave you immediately, so you'll be stuck. You will feel trapped in the future whenever you want to talk about something. Whenever any kind of topic that is brilliant, wow, my audience would really benefit hugely from this. You would feel insanely trapped and caged if you knew that your audience are going to unfollow you because you talked about something extremely beneficial, extremely amazing, but it falls out of the usual category of content they expect from you, because they are people who are too strict when it comes to what they want from you, and if you stray inches away from it, they would immediately leave you. So you only try to attract the people that will make you comfortable in the future with anything that you will post. Do not trap yourself. Do not build your own prison. Please make sure you do not trap yourself within your niche, within the type of content that you produce. Don't build your own prison. Don't be a prisoner of your own rules. Don't follow a strategy that will make you trapped in the future when you really amass a huge number of following. So try to post on as many posts made by other people as possible during the day, every day, at the time that you're not posting anything new yourself. So you make an amazing piece of content. This is your last post. Anyone who will come across it will very likely follow you, who are interested in what you do and in your niche, and they are from your target audience. And you leave that for a while and stop posting for like 3 to 4 days maximum. So during those 3 and 4 days, you exhaust yourself commenting on other people's posts from your feed. Why? Because you want to attract their followers, not the original poster only. How are their followers going to notice you? Not from once, not from one time, but it's because every time these people post, you show up in their comment section. So their followers are bound to ask themselves, who is this person? And they would try to check you out and go to your profile and determine whether or not you are worthy of them following you. So you will hook them up if you show up in the comment section of the same individual several times. How is this going to happen if you're not following this person? If you randomly come across this post in some kind of a random hashtag you follow, and you only showed up in the comment section of this person once, their audience are very unlikely to notice you. You just came there once. And if the post has like thousands upon thousands of comments, who's gonna come across you? But if the post has like 15 comments, people are going to notice you. And if every time this person posts, you comment on their post, people are going to notice you more likely, even more. People are more likely to notice you now. They will ask themselves, who is this person at some day? You can only do this if you comment on posts of the same person every time they post. How are you going to end up doing that? Unless this person shows up in your home feed whenever they post. So you gotta be following this person. So keep engaging in your home feed until fatigued every day for 3 to 4 days before you post anything new. You are bound to grow insanely on Instagram if you follow this strategy. This is the one strategy that will make you see any kind of engagement, regardless of what you do, if you are still below 8K or 10,000 followers on Instagram. This is the strategy that you should follow. Stick to it and be patient, and you will notice a huge growth in the number of your followers, who are real people, real engagement fans, real followers that are interested in what you do, and you will not regret it. This is especially useful if you are still below 8K or 10K on Instagram, regardless of the type of posts that you make. Even if you don't post any reels, just picture posts, this will still work. That's it.